Fields, and I do YouTube Lives. I did my first one on September 1st, 2025. So I am a TikTok Live veteran. I have done over 500 TikTok Lives. I now do my lives here on YouTube. I thought that TikTok got a little too restrictive. And so, you know, you can't say certain words. And I mean, those are real words, you know. You got to say unalive. I think that is so ridiculous. But, you know, so like I said, I think that it's too restrictive. But now I still am on TikTok. I have over 50,000 followers on TikTok. And I've done over 500 TikTok lives. And so I share advice like I did on my over 500 TikTok lives. I do the same thing here on my YouTube lives. I share advice that will help y'all to undifficult your life. That is the title of my live. Every live that I do, that's the title, Undifficult Your Life. And every live that I do, excuse me, I share 4 pillars of advice. Pillar number 1, develop and maintain a positive attitude. Pillar number 2, increase your level of patience. Pillar number 3, hey Shells, stay calm. And pillar number 4, remember the 4 words that will immediately lower your stress, anxiety, all of that stuff, anger, frustration. And I'll tell you what those 4 words are when I get to the 4th pillar. Good morning, everybody. So now, like I say, I've done over 500 TikTok lives. I love doing these lives because it gives me an opportunity to spread, to share the advice that I have lived, and I'm still living it. I am 81 years old. My name is Joyce Fields, and I'm 81 years young. And I live the advice that I share with y'all. And I have been living this advice since I was about 10 years old, okay? So I know that it works. I use it every single day. And the universe or God, thank you, or whatever you call your higher power. Okay, now see here, that person there saying, carry your old ass to bed. Listen, what business is it of yours if I go to bed or not, or when I go to bed? That's, you know what, that is a big part of the problem in this world. So the people who mind other people's business, you see? So it doesn't offend me. I feel sorry for Ralph. I feel sorry for people who say things like that. So, you know, I would like to reach a lot more people to show them themselves, to hold up a mirror. That's like this word trolls. I'm 81. That's not a part of my vocabulary. But trolls are very pathetic people. They are, and don't allow the trolls to get next to you, to get under your skin. I get them all the time here on my lives. And so, but it doesn't bother me when they do that. It just reflects on them of what an idiot, what idiots they are to deliberately want to insult somebody, to deliberately want to be cruel to somebody. All of that, that is a very pathetic way to live your life. Do good with that energy. God or the higher power or whatever you call it sees everything you do, hears everything you say, and reads your thoughts. and you or someone else that you care about will pay for what you are doing to other people. You see, I think that's a lot of the part of the suffering in the world, because a lot of people are doing a lot of dirt and they are paying the price for it. It's called karma, okay? They are paying the price for it, or people that they care about are paying the price for it. You understand? So I live my life by the golden rule. The golden rule states, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Don't do anything to anybody else that you would not want done to you. Don't say anything to anybody else that you would not want said to you. It's just that simple. The world would be a lot better place. Now, as a live creator, my mission statement is, I do lives that inspire people on their journey to make the world a better place. And that is exactly what I do. No religious stuff on my lives, no Jesus stuff, no Bible stuff. None of that is allowed here, and no politics on my life. I share advice that will help you to undifficult your life. I don't need any kind of religious mess or Bible mess. I don't believe in either one, or politics. I don't believe in politics either. All the Bible, Jesus, all of that stuff, religion and politics are man-made. I don't believe in man-made stuff, okay? So I talk to God all day long. And God ain't got no religion, y'all. You think about that. God ain't got no religion. Where'd you ever hear that God has some kind of a religion? God doesn't have religion. I talk to God all day, and God ain't got no religion. So no politics, no religion. Don't talk about the Bible. Don't talk about Jesus. Take it someplace else. It's not welcome here. It's just that simple. I choose to not believe that. So take it someplace else. Like I said, it's not welcome here. Now, the trolls, I have had trolls apologize to me. So when you do your trolling stuff, it reflects on you. I don't care what you comment or what you say. It does not bother me. It does not insult me. It doesn't make me feel bad or sad, anything. I feel sorry for you that you choose to spend your time in your life doing that kind of ugly stuff. And God sees you. You're going to pay. Or somebody you care about will pay. So now, oh, thank you. I appreciate that. I have done over 500 TikTok lives where I share advice. Now I did my last TikTok live on August 29th, 2025. I did my first YouTube live on September 1st, 2025. So I haven't been doing these YouTube lives that long, but like I said, I have done over 500 TikTok lives, and I love doing them. The lives are entitled Undifficult Your Life. And I share 4 pillars of advice. Come on, y'all, share the live. Hey, Dubai, share the live. It'll help me to open the possibility, anyway, of being able to share this advice that I'm getting ready to share with y'all to a whole lot more people. My goal is to share the advice with as many people as I possibly can, because it's undifficult your life. And that's exactly what my advice does. It causes you to think about things in a different way. And I do helpful hand visuals, and I'll get into that help me to communicate the points that I'm trying to make to y'all. And so I share 4 pillars of advice. I used to call them pieces of advice, but now my man said they are better and bigger than pieces of advice. They are pillars of advice. And a pillar is a strong, sturdy structure on which you can build a foundation for living your life. And that's what these pillars are. Me and my man, his name is Pap, P-A-P. His real name is Fred. We have been together for 68 years. Share the live, y'all. I would like to be able to share this advice with a whole lot more people. YouTube says I have 45 people on here, and I would love for more people to hear this advice. So if y'all share the live, and I appreciate everybody that has shared it. I appreciate all of the subscriptions that I've gotten and the likes, all of those. I really enjoy the fact that y'all doing that for me. So I would like for y'all to share the live too. Now YouTube says I have 28 people on here. I don't believe in these numbers, but I don't know, it's just going up and down. So my advice is for people 10 years old or older. It is not separated by age or anything else. So I will get to that. Stop being impatient. That's one of the pillars. Okay? So, and Pap calls them pillars. And so like I was telling y'all, me and Pap have been together for 68 years. We have been married for 58 years. We just celebrated our 58th wedding anniversary on June 3rd. And we've been together for 68 years. He turned 82 in September, and I turned 81. Oh my goodness, y'all. I am so happy to be 81 years old. Over the moon happy. Oh yeah, Steph, it blows my mind too. So I'm gonna show y'all pictures, 2 pictures. I'm gonna show y'all 2 pictures. The first one is 1969. We were both 25 years old. Yeah, I think it's crazy too. Pap and Joyce, 1969, 25 years old. Okay? Thanks, Steph. Now, this picture is last year. We were both 80 years old. This is on our 57th wedding anniversary. Pap and Joyce, 80 years old, 2024, 57th wedding anniversary. Now here's what I like to do. Look at that, the passage of time. Isn't that, that's amazing to me even, okay? At the top is Pap and Joyce, 25 years old, 1969. And at the bottom is Pap and Joyce, 80 years old, 2024, on our 57th wedding anniversary. Yeah, I love it too. Yeah, I love it too. Oh, I wrote a book, y'all, how it's done. Okay. The best way to keep a man is to let him go, among other things. Thanks for the compliments, y'all. I love these pictures too. I'm so happy that I have them, you know. So the best way to keep a man is to let him go, among other things. It's 64 pages. It's $9.99 at goodshortbooks.com. The link is in my profile. So this book, it's 64 pages, which includes 22 pages of my own recipes. And Pap says that he lives in a 5-star restaurant, and he also calls me an incredible cook, okay? So this book, I'm gonna read page 2. It says, take heed. Based on my 50-plus years of observation, it's now 60-plus years of observation. I wrote the book in 2008. I would say that 80% of the success of a relationship rests on the shoulders of the woman. This book explains why. 80%, y'all, based on what I have observed, and I'm still observing. Now, in 1957, I was 13 years old. Thank you. And now 57, 58, 59, 13, 14, 15. The women in our village We had a village for real. Schooled us, educated us. Start with our mothers, our sisters, our aunts, all the females. Educated the females, the younger females, on what to do in relationships, what to say in relationships, what to do, what not to do, what to say, what not to say, okay? That was 1957, 58, 59. I didn't write this book until 2008. The best way to keep a man is to let him go, among other things. And that's what they told us. Best way to keep a man is to let him go, among other things. I added the among other things. They said the best way to keep a man is to let him go. And now I was asked in one of my earlier lives if this book is suitable for same-sex relationships, and it really is, because if I had to retitle it, I would not, I'm not going to, but I would retitle it, The Best Way to Keep a Relationship Healthy is to Let the Other Person Go. And so I wrote the book in 2008. That's a long way from 1957, 58, 59, because I was seeing so many females, young girls, older girls, and older women, doing the things and saying the things that we were told not to do and not to say. So that's why I wrote the book. It takes the place of the village that we had. And it's got lots of 5-star reviews on Amazon. It's 64 pages. It's $9.99 at goodshortbooks.com. The link is in my profile. So here's one of the 5-star reviews. Here's what one person said. She said, "This book is amazing. Short and easy to follow. I enjoyed it so much I read it a second time. It's a great tool for engaged couples, newlyweds, and couples with many years of marriage. There's something for everyone. It's a must-have." And lots of 5-star reviews. So, like I said, the best way to keep a man is to let him go. I'm often asked, what do I mean by let him go? And some ladies, well, girls, whatever, will say, yeah, I let him go. I kicked him out, or, bragging about that kind of stuff. And so that is not what let him go means. I'm going to read the third paragraph. I describe what let him go means. Let him go doesn't mean don't care. It means be secure enough within yourself that you don't freak out if he's not with you and you don't know exactly where he is. Let him go means don't try to control where he can go or what time he must leave or return. Let him go means don't try to control him, period. Let him go means don't try so hard to change him. After you have paid your dues, you may tread lightly in this area, but be careful. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. It's not what you do, it's how you do it. In addition to letting him go, I have observed the need for and used other philosophies and behaviors to help keep me and my man in a warm, loving, and peaceful relationship. My thinking was, he may go, but he'll always come home if I make coming home worth it. But what kinds of things can I do to make it worth coming home? Well, and then I go into the book itself, 64 pages, which includes 22 pages of recipes. So 64 minus 22, that's 42. Isn't that 40? 64 minus 22. My math sucks, y'all. It really does. My English is off the charts, though, okay? So I think it's, so it's, what is that, 42 pages of text. And so I was talking yesterday about, I was on somebody's page, and they were talking about the argument out there in the dating world, or even in the newlywed world or whatever, is, do men love women more than women love men? I said, huh? What in the world kind of question is that? First of all, first thing that comes to my mind is, how do you measure it? How do you measure that? You can only measure something that is tangible. You can't measure it. You can't say, I'm going to give you this much love, and then I'm going to give this person this much love. You can't do that. So I think that y'all are getting off into a lot of abstract kinds of things that there is no answer for, no solution to. And so don't spend your time in that kind of stuff. Just get down to basics and deal with the now. I'm just going to read y'all the chapter headings for the best way to keep a man is to let him go, among other things. Now, I hadn't planned on doing this. My lives are all spontaneous, but then I'm going to get to the advice. But people are interested in doing things to improve their relationships. So the first chapter is modify the way you think. You have to be willing to modify the way you think. And I'm talking about the females, okay? Modify the way you think. I'll give you an example, a real life example. Me and Pap got married on June 3rd, 1967. Within the first 2 weeks, I can tell you that, the first 2 weeks, we could have had a divorce, because here's what happened. I'm the oldest of 7. When Mama cooked, she cooked a big pot of everything, because it was my mama and daddy and the 7 kids. And so we were not allowed to eat out of the pot. Because if that's common sense. If you got something, some kind of coming down with a cold or something, you'll infect the whole pot, So we were not allowed to eat out of the pot. So the first, no, I did not. No. Okay, I'll check into that. The first week or two when we were married, I cooked a pot of something or other, and Pap ate out of the pot. And let me tell you, I hit the ceiling. It was just the two of us, because we got married, right? I hit the ceiling. Fortunately, he didn't hit the ceiling with me, okay? This is like the first 2 weeks we got married, okay? So he calmed me down, because I was really going through it. He ate out of the pot. He calmed me down, told me that, Joyce, we French kissed. JJ, he calls me JJ. He gave me that nickname when I was about 15 years old, JJ. He said, JJ, we French kiss. We kiss all the time. He said, if I got something, you're going to catch it. If you got something, I'm going to catch it. And it really made sense. So I changed that, okay? So, but he doesn't eat out of the pot all the time. Now, what I usually do is I'll bring him a sample. Okay, so I'll bring him a sample of it, So let me tell you something. When I make some mashed potatoes, I stir them, and he hears the sound of me stirring, and he knows he's getting ready to get a big spoonful of mashed potatoes. So, but at any rate, I was just telling y'all, modify the way you think, So, in other words, when you get ready to live with somebody, you may have habits that don't jibe with theirs, and you may have to modify, they may have to, you just have to be willing, okay? So the next chapter, observe and learn your man. Observe and learn the person you're living with, okay? You got to observe people. See what they like and what they don't. How they act when this happens. Well, how they act when that happens. Next chapter, be willing and ready to pay your dues. That one speaks for itself. You'll see all of that. Next chapter, fantasy versus reality. Now, I'm telling y'all right now, with these romance movies and books, that's a bunch of total BS. Don't forget now, I was 15 at one time. Now, I read all of those romance magazines and romance novels. We had them novels that are like that thick. Ooh, juicy, That stuff is poison for relationships. Relationships do not work like that, like the movies. So I'm advising y'all, young ladies, to stop going to see these chick flicks, these romance movies. It's not real. That is not the way relationships work. So I'm advising y'all to stop going to see these movies and what is it, 57 Bridesmaids or something like that. I don't even remember. Chick flicks off limits for y'all. Don't even watch them, girls. Don't watch that mess. Guys don't watch them. So they don't even, we're really confusing the guys because they don't know what to expect. Okay? So now next chapter. Learn how to fight. Don't use the word argument in your relationships. When you say argument, that suggests that somebody is trying to win. When you have a heated discussion or a difference of opinion, that's what me and Pap call it. We never say we're arguing. When you have, like I said, when people say argument, that suggests that somebody's trying to win. They'll even say who won the argument. You see? You see how that works? No, the point of having a disagreement or a difference of opinion or whatever, the point is to come to an agreement. I don't have another moderator, Shelster. I didn't make another moderator. I have 6. I don't know what that is. I'll see. I don't understand that. So let me see if it comes back around. I don't know how that could happen. I didn't do that. Okay, but now back to learn how to fight. So I'm telling y'all, don't use the word argue when you in your relationships, same sex or otherwise. Next chapter, remember that you have faults too. Women talk about men like dogs. You know, when I was going to the beauty shop, that's how I know. That's what happens, okay? Talk about their husbands and their boyfriends like dogs. And I don't think that they remember that they have faults too. So the men got to put up with their BS, so they got to put up with the men's BS. It's a two-way street, okay? Next chapter. Nothing is too precious for him. So a lot of times women have places in their houses where the men can't go, the husbands can't go, off limits. So nothing is too precious for him. Okay, next chapter. If he has children, accept and treat them as your own. Now, if you are same-sex relationship, if the other person has children, accept and treat them as your own. If you are living with your auntie, if she got children, accept and treat them as your own. Okay? I hope y'all understand that. Now, I have seen it happen where the biological children didn't come to the rescue as quickly as the non-biological children did. That has happened, okay? Oh, thank you, appreciate that. So, next chapter. Don't take man advice from a woman who has no man. Shelster, why is that at sign in front of your Shelster and it says I6R? I don't understand what that is. I'm talking to my moderator, y'all. Shelster, it says at Shelster. Yeah. Okay. So don't take man advice from a woman who has no man. Don't take relationship advice from a person who doesn't have good relationships. Period. Okay? Oh, YouTube changed things, huh? Yeah, I see now everybody has an at sign. What in the world? Why? Yeah, that's what somebody just said. YouTube changed things. No, that somebody said YouTube changed things. I don't have a clue. I don't know. Yeah, everything is coming up with an at. Every username is coming up with an at sign in front of it. Wow. But somebody on my live right now said that YouTube changed things. This book is The Best Way to Keep a Man is to Let Him Go, among other things. It's 64 pages, which includes 22 pages of my own recipes. Okay? Yeah, that's what I'm waiting to see. I don't see it coming back around. And okay. Yes, I don't know how I'm going to be able to do it. I'll figure it out if it comes back around. So that's going to be enough for this book now. I was planning on more, but getting sidetracked now. But I think that y'all get the general idea. And the recipes, 22 recipes, I'm just going to read y'all the recipes that are at the back of the book. I start with desserts. Oh, I know it is. This is alive. It can't be. When I do a video on TikTok, I can invert it, But when you do a live, you cannot invert it. At least I don't know anything about how you do it. So here, the recipes. I start with desserts, y'all. Apple pie, banana pudding, and Yeti's pound cake. That's a recipe that's been in our family for many, many years. Lemon cream pie, pineapple or cherry cream cheese pie. That's Pap's favorite. I've been making that pie for over 40 years. Lasagna, chili, macaroni and cheese. I've given my macaroni and cheese recipe to tons of people. Mashed potatoes, pepper steak, chicken skillet chicken and rice. Tuna salad, oven fried chicken, beef stew, top of the stove chuck roast, meatloaf, chicken and dressing, dry beans or peas with smoked turkey, greens or cabbage with smoked turkey. And the last recipe is sauteed cabbage with no meat. I love that. So now the 4 pillars of advice that I share, y'all. Pillar number 1, develop and maintain a positive attitude. And I tell you how you do that. Pillar number 2, increase your level of patience. If you are 10 years old or older, I tell you exactly how you do that. But I always start with the toddlers. So if you're raising toddlers, 2, 3, and 4-year-olds, you want to hear how easy it is to teach them patience. Pillar number 3, stay calm. Stay calm, y'all. There is tremendous power in your ability to stay calm, okay? You lose power when you start to become angry, so don't do it. Don't do that. Keep your power. And now when I get to pillar number 3, I do helpful hand visuals throughout my life, but in pillar number 3, I do 2 helpful hand visuals. And Spirit gives me these helpful hand visuals, y'all. Please share the live, y'all. I'm scared to share it. I used to, but the last time I tried to share it, I disconnected my live, so I'm scared now. So I want y'all to share it for me. So somebody share it for me and give me a thumbs up that y'all shared it for me. I appreciate that, because I can't tell here on, I don't know how to read the stuff, all the info, the logistics, the analytics, or whatever it's called. So that's pillar number 3. I do 2 helpful hand visuals. See, I remember where I was. And when I did the 2 helpful hand visuals in pillar number 3, it blew a lot of my viewers' minds. And I did it for Pap, and it blew his mind, and he's still doing it. And it blows my mind too. So it's deep. And like I said, Spirit gives them to me. So then pillar number 4, there are only 4 pillars. And pillar number 4 is remember the 4 words that can immediately lower your stress, anxiety, panic, anger, frustration, all of that stuff. And I'll tell you what those 4 words are when I get to the 4th pillar. Come on, y'all. YouTube says I have 99 people on here, and I would love to see at least 50 of y'all sharing this live. I would love to share all of this advice with a whole lot more people. Thank you for sharing it. I appreciate everybody that has shared it. I love all the subscribers, increased subscribers, and the likes. Thank you. Thank you for sharing it. So now, back to pillar number one. Pillar number one is develop and maintain a positive attitude. Thanks for y'all sharing it. I appreciate it. Develop and maintain a positive attitude, okay? Don't rush me. I don't hurry. I go at my own speed. You understand that? For real. You'll be interested in pillar number two. Okay. Now, pillar number one, develop and maintain a positive attitude. There are only two attitudes, just two. That's it. Only two attitudes that you can have. A negative attitude or a positive attitude. That's it, y'all. A negative attitude or a positive attitude. You do not choose to have a negative attitude. No, you don't. You don't choose to have a negative attitude. What I have learned in my 81 years is that if you do not choose to have a positive attitude, you almost certainly will have a negative attitude. It's like it is a default. It's a default, y'all. You must choose to have a positive attitude. It is not going to come and sit in your lap. You must choose it. If you don't choose to have a positive attitude, you almost certainly will have a negative one. It's like it's a default, like I said. And the way you have to deliberately choose to have a positive attitude. You have to, on purpose, choose to have a positive attitude. You have to intentionally choose to have a positive attitude. And the way you do that, the way you deliberately, intentionally, on purpose, all of those words that I use, choose to have a positive attitude, is you write a program. My lives are entitled Undifficult Your Life, y'all. And this is what my advice does. It undifficults your life. You write a program. The way you write a program is you say it out loud. You heard me right. You say it out loud. And I don't care who's around you. Here's what you say. Come on, y'all, share the live. From now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. I'm going to repeat that. This is the program that you write. This is what you say out loud. And you can see why you say it out loud. Because if other people are around you, it gives you a chance to spread positivity. Here's what you say, the program that you write, what you say out loud. From now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. Oh, wonderful. I see people are putting it in the comments. That's wonderful. That is, and I'm going to give you so much more advice to help you to pound that into yourself, okay? That's the first thing. You say it out loud. A lot of people will tell you to say it in your mind. No, Joyce Fields is telling you to say it out loud. From now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. When you say it in your mind only, that's just one element. One. When you say it out loud, you are involving three elements. You speak it out of your mouth, you hear it with your ears, and it gets plastered into your psyche. You see? Yes. From now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. And you can tell everybody in your circle. Just tell them Don't throw it up to me what my attitude was like yesterday or last week. Thank you. Don't throw it up to me what my attitude was like in the past. Okay? Yes, it works. From now on, that means from this point forward, that I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. And that means, y'all, that you can choose to have a positive attitude at any minute in your life. You got that? You can choose it at any minute in your life. Yes. From now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. And put your feet on the path to do just that. Now, when you say those words and mean them with all your heart and soul, it's like I'm doing a helpful hand visual. It's like my hand is stretched out as much as it can be. But I want y'all to imagine that a big plug is sitting in my hand. And this plug is as big as the universe, y'all, for real, okay? And this is your positive attitude. A positive attitude is like a big plug, okay? You plug it into your spirit. You plug it into your soul. And this is the part I love. I say this every live that I do. It electrifies you. It truly does. It electrifies you. It kicks you into a higher gear, making you become more vibrant in your own life. Yes, I do. I have books on how to raise children, and I'll be talking about it. And it's entitled "Mother's Dozen: An Easy Recipe for Raising Great Kids." It's 48 pages, and I'll talk about that when I get to pillar number 2. Hopefully, you can stay. But the books are available at goodshortbooks.com. The link is in my profile. Come on, y'all, share the live. At one point, I had 100 and some people, but I would love to be able to share this advice with a whole lot more people. It doesn't cost you anything. It doesn't cost 1 penny. And it will help to make the world a better place for all of us. And I like to think that everybody here on my live, would like to make a contribution to making the world a better place. And don't you think that if more people developed and maintained a positive attitude, that the world would be a better place? I think so. So I'm going to show y'all what a negative attitude looks like. You heard that correctly. I am going to show y'all what a negative attitude looks like. On the count of 3, I'm going to show you what a negative attitude looks like. Good. Thank you so much. 1, 2, 3. All right, now y'all see, this is what a negative attitude looks like. These are the people that say, woe is me. My life sucks. I can't stand this. I can't stand that. Complain, complain, complain. Now, in the meantime, what my hands are doing is a helpful hand visual, and this symbolizes all the positive elements are constantly flying through the universe, y'all, at all times, flying through the universe. But they always, y'all, fly over the heads of people who have a negative attitude. Always. You see? But now, when you write that program and you say it out loud, come on, y'all, share this live. When you say these words out loud, from now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. When you say that, here's what happens. You raise your frequency, you raise your vibration. On the count of 3, I'm going to show you. 1, 2, 3. That's what happens, y'all. You raise your frequency, you raise your vibration, and now what was flying over your head is now making contact with your psyche. Did I communicate that helpful hand visual to y'all effectively where you got the point that I was making? Come on, give me some responses, y'all. YouTube says I got 106 people on here now. Good, good, wonderful. You can stop it. Only you can stop that. You got more control than you think. All of us have more control than we think. Oh, wonderful. You see, when you have a negative attitude, positivity flies over your head. It's there. It is because you have a negative attitude that is flying over your head. Raise your vibration, raise your frequency. And when you say those words out loud, when you write that program and say it, oh, thank you. When you write that program and say it, that's what my daughter-in-law calls me, Mama J. You raise your frequency, you raise your vibration. You see? It's a choice. You definitely have to make that choice. Nothing, almost nothing good comes from having a negative attitude. And trolls have negative attitude. People on my live that tell me to go to bed have a negative attitude. You see? And I feel sorry for them because that's part of the problem with this world. People are minding other people's business. It's nobody's business what time I go to bed. It's nobody's business what time you go to bed. Unless you are under 18 years old, okay? So that is part of what's wrong with the world. People minding other people's business. Get you some business of your own and stay out of everybody else's. You see? So the world would be a better place if everybody minded their own business too. Yeah. Oh, yeah, but it takes all kinds. You know, like I said, unkind people. I have a book of quotes, and I talk about that at the end of my lives, okay? So one of the quotes in my book says that I coined. It's 167 quotes that I coined. One of them says, unkind people, no, if they serve no other purpose, unkind people show you how not to be. You see, they serve a purpose, but there doesn't need to be as many. So I have had trolls apologize to me. So, you know, maybe they don't want to be unkind anymore, but there has to be some in order for it's got to be good in order to be bad. It's got to be bad in order to be good, okay? So just be thankful that you're not one of them, okay? So now back to positive attitude. Positive attitude, it's constantly, all these good things are constantly flying through the universe. Now, I just showed y'all what a negative attitude looks like. I'm getting ready to read y'all a list of words that will help you to identify people in your life who probably have a negative attitude. And it might be you. But I also told you how you can change that to a positive attitude at any minute in your life. Just choose to write that program, okay? So I'm also going to read y'all a list of words. Oh, thank you. I'm also going to read y'all a list of words that will guide you on your path to having a positive attitude. Now, people are talking about my nails. I've had long nails since I was 12 years old. That's when I started growing my nails. The lady upstairs from us, she used to polish her nails all the time. She had beautiful nails. So I was 5 or 6 years old. I always go upstairs and watch Thelma polish her nails. At that time, we didn't have all these different colors. It was just red or dark red, or I don't even know if they had pink. So, and I used to, when I turned 12, and I was doing this when I was 5, 6 years old, all the way up to I don't know what. But when I turned 12, I decided to grow my own nails. So I've had long nails. This is kind of short now. I don't have them. I don't let them grow as long as I used to. So, and I used to type like 90 words a minute, 95 words a minute with long nails, okay? I'm a retired executive assistant. So now back to the words that will help you to identify people who I've got a post on my TikTok. My TikTok is JJ Fields, the letter J, the letter J Fields, Fields, and the number 7. I have a post on my TikTok page, and it's labeled grow your own nails or something like everybody's nails will grow. People will say that your nails won't grow, but that's what part of the problem is. You're saying it. You're writing the program. You see, that's what you do. You write programs. Don't say your nails won't grow. Yeah. So now here are the words that will help you to identify people in your life who probably have a negative attitude. Anger, envy, sorrow, regret, greed, arrogance, self-pity, guilt, resentment and holding grudges, inferiority, lies and dishonesty, false pride, superiority, and the last word is ego. Okay, now back up to the top. I'm not going to get off into the nail discussion, okay? So back up to the top. The very first word is anger. Do you know people who are full of anger? People who are angry? Are you the one who is full of anger, who is angry? That's negative. How about resentment and holding grudges? Do you know people who are full of resentment, people who hold grudges? Come on, y'all, share the live. I'm back up to 101. I just want to share this advice with a whole lot more people. I love doing this. I love sharing the advice. I want so many more people to hear it because it's so simple. The title of my lives is Undifficult Your Life. Okay? Now, anger serves no useful purpose. Don't get angry. Observe, but do not absorb. When you get angry, that means you're absorbing something. Okay? Just observe it. Don't absorb it. You have to be angry. I mean, you have to be absorbing it in order for it to make you angry. Don't absorb it. So now, resentment and holding grudges. Do you know people who are full of resentment? People who hold grudges? People who hold on to unforgiveness? Are you the one who is full of resentment, holding grudges, holding on to unforgiveness? That is negative. I'm going to go down to lies and dishonesty, but I'm going to come back up to resentment and holding grudges. Do you know people who lie? People who are dishonest? Are you the one who lies, who is dishonest? That's negative too, y'all. Now back up to resentment and holding grudges or unforgiveness. If you are full of resentment or hold grudges or unforgiveness, you are living in the past. Come on, y'all, share the live because, oh, wow, thank you. You are living in the past. You're holding on to something that happened. Past tense. Past tense. There is nothing that they can do about it to change it. There is nothing that you can do about it to change it. Thank you. So you have to forgive. You got to forgive. There is nothing that you can do. When you hold on to it, it's doing damage to your health. It can. It can definitely do damage to your health. When you hold on to, you must forgive them. And it doesn't matter who it was or what they did. You must forgive. Forgive does not mean you let them back into your life or you go back into theirs. But if that does happen, if everybody agrees, that's a beautiful thing. Wonderful. Come on, y'all, share the live. But you don't have to do that. But it doesn't matter who it was or what they did. It has to be forgiven. Absolutes. That is an absolute. You see? So you have to forgive them. You forgive for your own benefit. When you hold on to unforgiveness, resentment, and hold grudges against other people, it creates what I call an invisible internal burden on your soul, on your spirit, on your cells, on your blood, on your organs, on everything. You must forgive. But there are those who say forgive and forget. No, no, no. Hell no. You don't ever forget. You don't ever forget. You keep it on the stove, on the back burner, but you don't ever forget. You would be an idiot if you forgot. So don't forget. But you must forgive. So people will say, well, what if it was this and what if it was that? And it doesn't matter. You must forgive in order to free your own soul. Well, like I said, that when you hold on to all these ugly things, they create an internal invisible burden on your whole body. Look around you at people that you know are full of resentment, holding grudges, full of unforgiveness, and it might be you. Look around you. They are probably on pharmaceutical medications. Their health is not the best, and they usually don't age gracefully. They look older than they are, you see. So look around you. Having a negative attitude, holding on to resentment and unforgiveness and grudges can do a number on your health and on your looks. So think about that. So forgive. Now, I am 81 years young. When I was a kid, come on, y'all, share the live. I would love to be able to. YouTube says I got 107 people on here. I would love, now I went down to 104. See, these numbers are crazy, but I sure would like for it to get up to over 200 or something. I want to be able to share this with a whole lot more people, for real. So, where was I? Forgive. I'm 81. When I was a kid, there was no such thing as a text message or an email or a video call. No such thing. You can forgive using any one of those technologies, okay? You can text them, and I forgive you. You can whatever. But now, if you don't ever want to have anything else to do with them, share the live, y'all. You can forgive by saying it out loud to the universe. You heard that correctly. You can forgive by saying it out loud to the universe. Thank you. You say it out loud. Now, I have a question. Well, not so much a question, but the universe or God or whatever you call your higher power, it was there when the mess happened to you. You see? It was there. So you can say it out loud, talking to the universe. The universe knows what you're talking about. Here's what you say out loud to the universe. Please share the live, y'all. I sure would like to get up to 200 people on here so I can share this advice with over 200 people. I would love for it to be 1 million. Because I'm just sitting here in my lazy boy rocker recliner. I live this advice that I share with y'all. I know that it works. I don't have a negative attitude. I never get angry about anything. I get pissed off, yeah, but there's a big difference between being pissed off or perturbed and being angry. Anger is the top of the line. You don't want to go there, okay? It serves no useful purpose, and I'll get into that more. But now, you can say it out loud to the universe. You forgive, okay? Now, the universe sees everything you do right now. Excuse me. Here's everything you do right now. Read your thoughts right now. Now, my having said that, does that cause anybody to rethink or think more seriously about what they do, say, and think? Give me some responses, y'all. Come on, give me some responses. I'm amazed by how many yes responses I get because I said that. The universe or God or whatever you call your higher power sees everything you do, hears everything you say, and reads your thoughts. And I'm amazed that I get so many responses that say yes. Come on, give me some responses. Yeah, okay. Yes. Yes, Lala. Good, thank you. Come on. Come on, y'all, give me some more responses. YouTube says I got 124 people on here, so come on. No Jesus stuff here, no Bible stuff, okay? You will be dealt with accordingly. No religion, no politics. I don't believe in either one. I talk to God all day long, and God ain't got no religion. It doesn't matter. Whatever you call your higher power, it doesn't matter what you call it. I use God or the universe interchangeably. When I say God, I'm talking about the universe. When I say the universe, I'm talking about God. Okay, hold on there. Okay. So now, y'all said yes, that you will be thinking more seriously about what you do, say, and think. Now, the universe was there, or God, or whatever you call your higher power, when the mess happened to you. And all you have to do is say it out loud to the universe. Here's what you say, and here's how you do it. Universe, I forgive so and so for doing such and such to me. You see? I'm going to repeat it. Universe, I forgive so and so for doing such and such to me. Use your hand the way I use mine. It symbolizes your touching spirit. You're touching the universe. You see? So I'm going to give y'all 4 testimonials of people that have been on my lives and what they have said. 4 testimonials. Testimonial number 1. She said, I forgave my dad like that. And I immediately burst into tears. Testimonial number 2 said, I forgave myself like that. And I immediately burst into tears. And yes, you can forgive yourself. The universe saw what you did or said or heard what you said. So, yeah, you weren't exempt. You didn't get a pass. Yes. So the universe saw you can forgive yourself like that. Then testimonial number 3 was a young man. And he said, I forgave and I felt my spirit shift. So now, those 2 young ladies and the young man, the 2 young ladies burst into tears, immediately burst into tears, and the young man felt his spirit shift. That's because what I was telling y'all earlier, when you hold on to unforgiveness, resentment, or holding grudges against other people, that creates an internal, invisible burden on your spirit, on your soul, on your cells, on your blood, on your organs, on your entire being. And you see, when you forgive, it's like the Shelster calls it a pressure release valve. And when you forgive, it goes psst. That's why they burst into tears. That's why he felt his spirit shift. You see? Share the live, y'all. So that's what you have to do. You must forgive, but don't forgive and forget. Now, testimonial number 4, a lady by the name of Patricia. She had been holding a grudge against her mother, and she'd been watching my lives for I don't know how long, but long enough. I always talk about forgiveness. So she had been holding a grudge against her mother for, y'all ready for this? She had been holding a grudge against her mother for over 40 years, y'all. Ah, okay. Thank you, Shells. Yes, she had been holding a grudge against her mother for over 40 years. She forgave her mother, and like that was over 40 years worth of Mother's Days that they didn't spend together. Over 40 years. She forgave her mother, and this past Mother's Day, they spent it together. And she came up as a guest. It was on one of my YouTube lives. I've done over 500 YouTube lives. Yeah, good. Thank you. And she came up as a guest. It's on my TikTok page because I post a lot of the guests that I have. I don't know how to do a guest here on YouTube. But it said I had to create an event, and I don't know how to create an event. I'm 81. I don't know all the intricacies of this stuff, y'all, but I know how to do it live. Okay? So she had been holding a grudge, but it's on my TikTok page. So she came up as a guest and described for us how wonderful, oh yeah, it is. Yeah, I don't care for it either. How wonderful, what a wonderful time they had. And it really, I got full, I didn't boo-hoo, but it really warmed my heart to know that the advice that I share did that for her and her mother's relationship. That is such a beautiful thing. It warmed my heart, y'all. So that is what happens when you forgive. That is what can happen, okay? So forgive, y'all. If y'all carrying resentment and carrying grudges and carrying unforgiveness, you're only hurting yourself. You're not punishing the people that you're holding the grudges against or the resentment towards or the unforgiveness. You know, you're not hurting them, you're hurting you. Think about it. Look at yourself. Are you on pharmaceutical medications? Are you doing things that, hey, Kyle, you know, can lead you into bad health? Those things can. All those, I call them the uglies. Now I'm going to read y'all a list of words that will guide you on your path to developing and maintaining a positive attitude. Here are the words. Joy. I love that one. Peace, love, hope, serenity, humility, kindness, empathy, generosity, truth and honesty, compassion, and the last word is faith. Yeah. So those words will help y'all put more kindness in your personality, put more honesty into your personality, put more love into your personality. You see? You choose these things. So choose positive. Nothing good comes from negativity. Now, nobody can have a positive attitude 100% of the time, and nobody can have a negative attitude 100% of the time. Therefore, we live our lives by a ratio. Ratio, R-A-T-I-O. We live our lives by a ratio. Nobody can have a 100% positive attitude. Nobody can have a 100% negative attitude. Nobody can have, I'm going to reword that. Nobody can have a positive attitude 100% of the time. Nobody can have a negative attitude 100% of the time. You see? So we live our lives by a ratio. Do you know, or did you know, that you live your life by a ratio? And I only want responses that say no. And I'm going to explain exactly what a ratio is. Come on, y'all, share the live so that a whole lot more people can hear this advice. So I only want responses that say no. If you've been on my lives before, then you know what a ratio is. So I'm only looking for responses that say no. And YouTube says that I have 104 people on here. So come on, y'all. At least give me 100 responses, okay? Come on, I'm only looking for responses that say no. And if you knew that you lived your life by a ratio, do you know that you live your life by a ratio? Okay, come on. Yeah, good. Okay. I don't care what you say. It really doesn't. You're a pathetic individual. You really are sad. Oh, good. Good. Yeah, good. All right, now I'm going to explain exactly what a ratio is. A ratio is a very simple tool, that will definitely, it will definitely help you to better control your life. You understand? I'm going to repeat that. A ratio is a very simple tool to help you. It will definitely help you to better control your life. Your ratio is only set by you and only controlled by you. If you set it too high, you can lower it. And if you set it too low, you can raise it. My ratio, I'm going to show you by example. My ratio is 80-20. 80-20. Now, on my lives, I've had people that chose 75-25 or 60-40, whatever. So now, my ratio is 80-20. I don't own it. Anybody can choose 80-20 as well. What that means is, remember, positive, negative. That means 80% of the time, I am in the positive attitude mode. And 20% of the time, I can be in the negative attitude mode. I'm happy being in the positive attitude mode, but I'm okay being in the negative attitude mode. It's not that I'm happy, okay? So, back over to the positive. The positive attitude mode, that means that 80% of the time, I honor the programs that I write. 80% of the time, I do what is right, what is fair, what is kind, what is considerate, what is just, all of those good things, 80% of the time. Now, 20% of the time, and however much you assign to your ratio, your negative part, that whatever that is, 20% of the time, I can be in the negative attitude mode. So, but that means in that negative attitude mode, I cannot include three things. It cannot include three things. Thing number one, it cannot include physical abuse. I cannot hit anybody, neither can you. I cannot throw things, neither can you. Now, thing number two, I cannot be verbally abusive to anybody, neither can you. I cannot cuss anybody out. I cannot insult anybody, neither can you. And then thing number three, thanks to one of my viewers, her username is Midnight, she asked me to include tone of voice. And I said gladly, because it ain't what you say, it's how you say it. Okay? So I cannot include, or you cannot include either, ugly tone of voice. You cannot say anything ugly in an ugly tone of voice to anybody. Okay? So now those are the three things that you cannot do when you are in the negative attitude mode. Now, did I explain that? Did I communicate that to y'all effectively? That y'all understood the ratio and how you can use it to better control your life? Come on, give me some responses. YouTube says I got 111 people on here. Oh, good. Thank you, Lala. Thank you, Kay. Thanks, Honda. Any more yeses? Did I convey that to y'all? Oh, wonderful. Okay, great. So now, pillar number, I'll cover pillars number, I'm trying to decide, I don't have enough time to go through, let's just, 16. So I'll cover as much as I can. Pillar number 2, increase your level of patience. If you're 10 years old or older, I tell you how you increase your own level of patience. But if you are raising toddlers, here's how you do that. Teach them patience. When that toddler asks for a cookie, tell that toddler, I'll give you that cookie in 5 minutes. Put yourself on the timer, give that toddler that cookie in 5 minutes. Do that several times, still with the timer, all the way through this exercise, through this teaching, this lesson. Then stretch it to 10 minutes. Do that several times. Stretch it to 15. Do that several times, all the way up to an hour or more. You will not only be teaching that toddler patience, you will also be teaching that toddler how to feel time, how to feel elapsed time. Now, Spirit came to me and told me, you can show your viewers how they can teach themselves how to feel time, how to feel elapsed time. And you'll need a piece of paper and something to write with. So I'm going to drink some tea and count to 10 as I drink my tea and give y'all time to get something to, I know some of y'all will be interested. So excuse me. Okay, now, on that piece of paper, write down the time that it is right now, whatever your time zone is. Share the live, y'all. I still have lots of time left. I want a lot more people to hear this advice that I share. So put the paper away after you write down the present time. And then at some point later, doesn't matter how much time later, try to guess what the time is at that point. Okay? Do that several times every single day. It will teach you how to feel time, how to feel elapsed time. It will zero in, you'll be zooming in on the second hand, you see? So now, here is another thing that you can do. If you use an alarm clock to get up by, and you wake up earlier or before the alarm goes off, try to guess what time it is. Do that all the time, throughout the day. When you wake up, try to guess what time it is, all that kind of stuff. Just try to guess what time it is. Tune into the passage of time, you see? Positive attitude as well. Now, if you're 10 years old or older, oh, by the way, this is somebody on here was talking about raising kids. I highly recommend this book if you are raising toddlers. Mother's Dozen, an easy recipe for raising great kids. I had it translated into Spanish. Madre Docena. So, I don't speak Spanish, so I can't say the rest of the title. Mother's Dozen, an easy recipe for raising great kids. It's 48 pages. It's $7.99 at goodshortbooks.com. The link is in my profile. This book will guide you into raising kids that you can admire, for real. There are 12 ingredients that I say. And I talk about patience because this is the pillar number 2. Increase your level of patience. So the 12th ingredient is patience. You see? So Mother's Dozen, an easy recipe for raising great kids. Makes a great gift for expectant mothers, parents of toddlers, or newborns. It starts from infancy, you know. So now, pillar number 3, stay calm. There is tremendous power in your ability to stay calm. Oh, I forgot about pillar number 2, increase your level of patience. I told you if you're 10 years old, so I forgot about 10. So if you're 10 years old or older, you can increase your own level of patience by saying it out loud. I am teaching myself how to wait. I am teaching myself how to be patient. I am learning how to increase my own level of patience. You say that out loud, and I don't care who's around you. People around you might say, I want to know how you do that too. Now, the way you do it is, if it's something that you are fiending for, especially if it's something you are fiending for, you make yourself wait. And especially if it's something that you normally would give yourself immediate gratification for, don't do that to yourself. Make yourself wait. If you make yourself wait past the point where you don't want it anymore, and that can happen, and if it does, that's beautiful. Oh my God, that is wonderful. Shows you how big you are, okay? That's what you prove to yourself, okay? Yeah. Oh, great. Thank you. Yeah. So, make yourself wait. That's pillar number 2. Now, pillar number 3 is stay calm. Stay calm. There is tremendous power in your ability to keep yourself calm. You lose power when you start to become angry. Now, I'm going to show you an example of when you are angry or when you are calm. When you're calm, this is calm. Now, this is angry, okay? Your face is messed up. You're agitated and animated and just out of control almost, okay? Some people go all the way out of control. Now, your neurons are part of your brain. When you are calm, your neurons are communicating with each other. They're talking to each other. When you're calm. When you're angry, this is what your neurons are doing. Look, you don't want your neurons to be doing that. That's why you cannot think straight when you are angry or upset. Well, not really upset. When you are angry or really, really over the top angry. When your neurons, you can be upset, you can be pissed off. Your neurons don't do this, okay? They do. Come on, you stay calm. This is calm. This is anger. Look at people who are angry. They're animated. They kind of throw things. They're cussing and all kinds of stuff. They're belligerent. They're ugly. That's what they are. That's what anger can do. So, Spirit came to me and told me to do those helpful hand visuals. Later on that night, Spirit came back to me and told me to look up what neurons do. So I obeyed, I looked it up, I Googled it. Here is what Google said, and this will help you to understand it a whole lot better. Here's what Google said. Neurons work together to produce memories, make decisions, and compute information. They take chemical signals, transport them, and form new wiring within the brain. Neurons also help different parts of the brain to communicate with each other. That's why you cannot think straight when you're angry. That's why you cannot make good choices or good decisions, because the transportation system in your brain is being hijacked by you. You see? So the next time you start feeling yourself becoming angry, remember your neurons, y'all. Remember your neurons. Don't make them do this. And it's you that's doing it. Stay calm so that they communicate. They can help you. You see? Now, did that helpful hand visual help y'all to understand the difference between staying calm and getting angry by those helpful hand visuals? Come on, give me some responses. Come on, y'all. Come on. Did that helpful hand visual help y'all? Yes, thank you. You can. Okay, good. Thank you. Come on. Any more? Thanks, Lala. Thank you. Lala said yes, too. Yes, Noah. Thank you. See? Think about your neurons. I had it's on my TikTok page, and my TikTok username is JJ, the letter J, Fields, Fields. Thanks, Honda. Thanks, Nimi. The number 7. JJ Fields and the number 7. And Nikki, she had a guest spot on my TikTok live, and she was saying that she was in an argument with somebody on the job, and they were arguing and over talking her and getting angry and all of that. And then she started getting angry, and she remembered she's talking about what their neurons were doing, and she started thinking about what hers were doing. She was starting to get angry. She immediately calmed herself down. You see? So Pap is still using that too. So I'm glad it's gonna help y'all. Okay. So now that's pillar number 3. Pillar number 4 is remember the 4 words. See, I talk fast. I'm getting through them all. I'm so glad I did it. That can immediately lower your stress, anxiety, panic, anger, frustration. Those 4 words are, this too shall pass. This too shall pass, y'all. Those 4 words will carry you through 90% of the ugliness that can be inside of you. At least 90%. Okay? This too shall pass. Nothing in life is permanent. No situation, no scenario. We even use the word past when we're talking about death. He passed last year. She passed yesterday. Whatever. This too shall pass. So the next time you are getting chewed out by your mama or your daddy, they cannot read your mind. And remember, say these words in your mind. This too shall pass. She ain't gonna be fussing at me forever. Or this too shall pass. You're very welcome. He ain't gonna be fussing at me forever. You see? Remember that. This too shall pass. I use it all the time because I do remember that nothing lasts. You know, you're going to get over it. You're going to get through it. This too shall pass. So why not stay calm? You see, all of these pillars are interconnected. When you develop and maintain a positive attitude, and it's a choice, you have to make that choice. It's not going to come and sit in your lap. You have to choose it. When you develop and maintain a positive attitude, that will cause you to want to increase your level of patience. You'll want to be a more healthy person spiritually, emotionally, you see? So then those two, developing and maintaining a positive attitude, increase your level of patience, will cause you to want to stay calm. Stay calm. You will understand the power of being calm, okay? So now, then pillar number 4, remember the 4 words that can immediately lower your stress, anxiety, panic, whatever. This too shall pass, okay? This too shall pass, y'all. Always remember that. Now, I want to thank y'all for joining my live. And if you got something out of it, out of the advice that I share, you can do a video or a post and tag me telling people what you got out of the advice that I shared, what you got out of this live. So help me spread the word, y'all. And I really need y'all's help to spread the word. And if you don't want to be on camera, you can post like a picture and then talk in over the picture. So, and now YouTube posts the replays of my lives as well. But now TikTok doesn't. But I'm still on TikTok. I have over 50,000 followers on TikTok. And so I post just about every day. And I got off of TikTok doing my lives because I think TikTok is too restrictive. You got to say unalive and all these other ways. It makes no sense to me. But at any rate, be that as it may. But I want to thank y'all. I want to thank y'all for sharing this live. Thank you very much for liking it. Thank you very much for the subscriptions. I really appreciate that from all of y'all. Well, my parents were from the South, so y'all is a whole nother thing to me, okay? Yeah, yeah, they both were from the South, so they're gone now. But now, I close my lives with this book, My Simple Quotes to Live By. This is a 5-star review that I sometimes read. My Simple Quotes to Live By. It's 90 pages. It's 167 quotes that I coined, and it's $7.99 at goodshortbooks.com. The link is in my profile. There are 11 nonfiction, y'all, nonfiction books at goodshortbooks.com, and 9 different genres, and I'm going to read the genres to y'all. Memoirs, parenting, relationships, children's education, fairy tales. My fairy tale is nonfiction because it deals with a very serious subject. Bullying, original quotes, health, and spirituality. 9 different genres. And the books are flying off the shelves, y'all, because people are coming on to my live. Thank you. Coming onto my lives, and they're learning about the books. My Simple Quotes to Live By. 167 quotes that I coined, and I wrote this one in 2013. So the first quote that I coined states, never lose your hope and faith. Never lose your hope and faith. You're very welcome. Thank y'all. I coined this, my first quote, in 1959 at the age of 15. The occasion was my middle school graduation from Detroit's Sherrard Junior High School. 9th graders were asked to document their message to their fellow classmates. GoodShortBooks.com. The link is in my profile. Thanks for asking. I appreciate that. There are 11 nonfiction books there, y'all. They make excellent gifts for adults and kids. We got books for children as well. So that's the first quote that I coined, never lose your hope and faith. I didn't know that I was coining a quote, and I don't remember saying it. Now, I'm going to read y'all a quote that I do know that I was coining a quote, and I do remember saying it. It was for a quote contest in 2011 or 13. And I coined this quote. It was for a calendar, so they needed 12 quotes. I coined the quote, and then I submitted it to the contest. Come on, y'all, share the live. I'd love for more people to hear the last part of what I'm going to be saying. Everything that I'm telling y'all is really good stuff. So I coined the quote and submitted it to the contest, and it won, thank you, as one of 12 for the calendar out of over 5,000 entries. And I post this quote to social media to encourage people to chase their dreams. Here's the quote. It's better to die chasing a dream never caught than to die never having chased the dream. I'm going to repeat it. It's better to die chasing a dream never caught than to die never having chased the dream. Chase your dreams, people. Chase your dreams. Nobody can see your dream as clearly as you can. And you can't see anybody else's dream as clearly as they can. So don't allow anybody to poo-poo your dream, and don't you poo-poo anybody else's. But do chase your dream. Now, the way this book is formatted, it's 90 pages. It's $7.99 at goodshortbooks.com. So there's 2 quotes per page. The quotes are formatted in all caps, separated by a black and white picture. Now, it's 90 pages, and that's what's on page 90, the end, okay? Now I'm going to read y'all the 5-star review that Brian put on Amazon. This is a great book to help open your mind. There are an unlimited amount of resources to learn from. You get wisdom, positivity, self-discipline, appreciation for being alive, and so much more in this easy read. This is a book you will save and review over and over again. I highly recommend buying the hard copy of it so you can write in it and highlight quotes that speak to you. This is a must-have. So that's what Brian said in his 5-star review. So now the book is 90 pages, and I'm going to open up the floor, and y'all can toss out page numbers 6 to 89. It's Better to Die Chasing a Dream Never Caught is on page 11, okay? So give me some page numbers, and I will read the 2 quotes on that page. Okay, Erica, sorry about that. Erica wants page 77. Okay, page 77, at the top of 77. Truth and honesty free your soul, so stop lying. At the bottom of page 77, family is the root of the tree of life. Aurora wants page 66. At the top of page 66, don't be driven by fear. You'll end up on the wrong road. At the bottom of page 66, the older you get, the easier life gets if you're learning from your observations and experiences. Can you live by those quotes? Okay, JR wants page 17. At the top of page 17, how can a person hate others and claim to love God at the same time? At the bottom of page 17, learn to be happy now, not when. Okay? Page 33 for Neymar, I think. Page 33, at the top of page 33. Be a leader, not a follower. Always think for yourself. At the bottom of page 33, don't take life for granted. Tune in. Be aware. Okay, Noah wants page 14. At the top of 14, anger is energy. If used wisely, the anger will disappear and you'll be left with something positive. At the bottom of page 14, a lover of animals is typically a kind person. Can y'all live by those quotes? Okay, page 13 for You Can't. If you were on your deathbed, what would you wish you had or had not done? Do it or stop it now. At the bottom of page 13, your words can be like rose petals or razor blades. Okay? Now, I'm sorry if I missed any of them. Page 27, this is the last one I'm going to read. Page 27. Okay. Top of page 27. At the top of page 27, education reveals, ignorance conceals. At the bottom of page 27, love is a state of heart. In love is a state of mind. Can y'all live by those quotes? Now, if you like those quotes, if you enjoyed those quotes, I don't believe in the Bible or Jesus, none of that stuff. Religion is man-made. Politics is man-made. I want nothing to do with that stuff. I talk to God all day long, and God does not have any kind of religion, okay? Man-made, I don't deal with that. This book, My Simple Quotes to Live By. If y'all enjoyed those quotes, I still am on TikTok, like I was saying. I've done over 500 TikTok lives, and I have 125 subscriber-only videos up on my TikTok. And every Sunday, I'm not going to do any more because there's 125 of them. Every Sunday, I would pick a quote from this book, My Simple Quotes to Live By, and beautify the quote And this is what a beautified quote looks like. This is, it's better to die chasing a dream never caught than to die never having chased the dream. And I beautified it. And I pick a quote out of the book, and I do, the book has just the bare quotes in it, but I love bare quotes because I think quotes say a whole lot in a few words. They can convey a deep, profound message in few words. And so I did 2 videos every Sunday where I beautify the quote and I tell my subscribers only what the quote means to me, why I coined the quote, how anybody can use the quote. And then the second video I do, I lay the beautified quote down and I take a movie of it in such a way that my subscribers can take a screenshot of the beautified quote. So if you enjoyed those quotes, if you love quotes, you will, want to be a subscriber, because if you love quotes and you, to that extent, that's wonderful. 125 subscriber-only videos that are still accessible. When you subscribe, you gain access to them all. Thank you for being on my live. I hope y'all make it a great weekend. I don't think you have great weekends. People say, have a good weekend. No, you make good weekends. There's no such thing as a bad day. Something bad can happen, but it's not a bad day. Okay, so make it a good weekend. I have a habit of saying that because, like 50 years in corporate America, every Friday we'd say, have a good weekend, okay? So yeah, enjoy your weekend, but make it a great one. Thank you for joining my live, and thank you for all the shares, the subscribers, and the likes. Appreciate it all. And I will see y'all on Monday. Well, I won't see y'all, but you know what I mean. Hopefully you will get an opportunity to not only use the 4 pillars, put them into your life, and you will also share this and bring more people to this live. Good. Thank you. All right. Thanks, y'all. Later.